You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks. FWP, so good I listen weekly. Welcome to Final Wrestling Place.
That's my dog.
Yeah, I'm a little upset. I was just going through my emails and I saw one of our favorite booty guys, Nostalgic Land.
Yeah.
He canceled part of my Robin Big order.
Oh,
Dang.
no. Why? What part?
So I ordered one of everything.
Oh, what a man.
I ordered the board, I ordered the logo tee, and then I ordered the Death Row tee.
The Death Row, yeah.
They canceled the Robin Big logo shirt.
Did he say why?
No, but I bet what it was, there wasn't enough people who pre-ordered it.
Oh, man, what a bummer.
But I'm still getting the Death Row tee, and I'm getting the board.
Good.
Okay.
Those were the two things I wanted. My wife is also into Robin Big, and I was like, do you want one of these shirts? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, which one do you want? And she's like, your choice. I was like, well, I'm just going to get the other one, and I'm going to get them both in my size. So I'll have two shirts, and you'll have sleep shirts.
Perfect. Nothing wrong with that.
Easy peasy. But yeah, man, I was bummed out. But I'm getting a refund. It hasn't dropped yet, but did you see the other bootleg coming out?
I saw the Triple H Game Over, You're Damn Right I'm Over shirt.
Blood from a Stone.
So that is that like a reimagined shirt?
I saw Older God.
Yeah,
was it Older Gods?
Yeah, because I forget who. I think it was Heaven's Basement reprinted it like a couple months ago. The actual one.
Oh,
And that was like my dream shirt as a kid that I could never own. And I bought it, and I live in it now at this point. I'm making up for lost time, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
love that shirt.
better now
That
than
was
we're
like the most-
40.
That was the most badass shirt ever. 40, 35. Come on now. Don't age me, bro.
That's another topic we could do for this. But welcome to a one of our Make Good episodes of Final Wrestling Place. I'm Tim.
I'm still Marcus.
And of course, you've already heard the voice of the third chair from the acclaimed podcast Wings on Wings. Get your Terminal Heat hot sauce today.
Do it.
Also from We Need Wrestling, it is Brett. Brett, how are you, my man?
I am wonderful. Kicking it with you two always brings a smile to my face. Go order a bottle of hot sauce that I haven't eaten since we had because it's way too hot for me.
5 out of 5 fives, though. It's there.
Yeah, it's quite delicious, and if you'd like some, I don't know, hit up Dooge or Tatum. I'm not handling the shipping. You can hit me up and I'll forward it to them. I don't handle that though.
Yeah, I don't need you guys to take the extra time to ship it. I'll just pick up the bottle whenever I get there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Next time I come to the compound, save the shipping, save the box, and all that other stuff.
We'll set one to the side for you.
There it is. But we promised Make Good episodes for the PTO we had to take because we are on a timeline to get to 300. 300 has to happen on a specific date or else. So we have to do some make goods, and this is one of them. And what we're doing is outside of the box thinking. And it's something that has been near and dear to my heart for forever. It's a topic it's something we've all done, but not like this. It is not loosely inspired, but it is a derivative of the A Show. Season 2 champion, me, not you, Adam. Suck it.
Damn.
But
Shots fired.
You don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff, as they say. But we are doing a fun draft. It's not a competition. We're not booking shows. We're not making stuff happen. It's just we have a topic. We're doing 5 picks, serpentine draft style, And all of our topics are going to be fun, fun, fun. We've got this episode that's coming out. We have another episode coming out with a different third chair with a completely different topic as well. And I'll tell you right now, that is not a wrestling podcast, but that's us. Ooh. We're the non-wrestling wrestling podcast.
I'm very intrigued by that.
Yeah. I don't want to give away what the topic of the podcast is going to be, but it's just as fun as this one. But today, here on the show, Marcus, Brett, and I are going to draft wrestling event names. We're not talking about how good the shows are. We're not talking about star ratings or anything like that. We are drafting the best of the best names of events. Now, the first question you're going to ask is, what is an event? We are not allowed to draft regular television shows. So no Dynamite, no Rampage, no Nitro, no Thunder, no Raw, no SmackDown, no Impact, no Explosion, none of that. But if it's a special, if it's a pay-per-view, if it is an independent show that has its own like special name, by all means, that is the way to go. So, I'm sure, I know between Marcus and I can answer this, but Brett, with when you were growing up with your wrestling video games and like, I don't know if did you actually play with action figures? Did you have a Fig Fed when you were younger?
100%, dude. Of course.
Oh, let's go.
Did you make up pay-per-view? Like, did you make up your own shows?
Yeah, 100%. I used to make up my own shows. I had like a little notebook. I'd write stuff down. Total nerd, man.
And, like, do you remember any of the names of your fake events?
So I live in a place called Hanover Township. I know one of them was I think it was the Hanover Hangover.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was like the March pay-per-view.
Okay.
Then there was another. It was very like letter oriented. Like I know one was the Warren Wilkes-Barre.
There you go.
That was
alliteration, like baby.
I was a big fan of alliteration as a kid. Those are the two I could remember like off the top of my head. Where those, I was such a I'm such a nerd, and that's all right. Like I would, obviously put my action figures. I'd commentate the matches while they're happening.
Brother, it's not just you.
It's just, dude. I would do that now if it wasn't for Broski. He ruined it. You ruined it.
That's very true.
You ruined it. You ruined it.
You ruins it.
What about you guys? Did you guys do that stuff?
So my level of nerdom exceeded a little bit more than that. Like, of course, I did video games. I did action figures. I also ran wrestling trivia feds.
I mean, that's kind of sick, though.
It was sick, but like I made up my own promotion, AOW, Alpha and Omega Wrestling, until later an actual indie took it over. Like another indie shortly after, like ran with that.
Stole your IP.
Yeah, man. And I had like one of the shows like the All American Summerfest. Which is pretty sweet. And I borrowed one of Marcus's favorite fake wrestling show names of all time. And I don't want to say it. I'm going to let Marcus pitch it. But Marcus, what's your favorite fake wrestling event name?
Maybe you got to be talking about Beyond Belief.
Beyond Belief.
Let's go, dude. I would watch that right now.
Yes.
It's
Beyond Belief. So, Marcus and I would do this all the time because we've been boys for forever long.
Oh yeah. So
we would do video game drafts with each other. Like we would take like the roster from SmackDown versus Raw, and like we would take the roster. I would make my roster. He would make his, and then like we would leave and go to our own houses and put on our own shows. And whenever we'd come back together, would be the super shows. I
love that.
Yeah, and like came up with something called Battle Tag, which it was tag team wrestling, but all matches were in a 4-way elimination match. So the titles could change hands, but not both partners. The last 2 people in the ring are the tag champions at any time.
Dude, let's bring that back right now. 2025.
It's so trivia.
Let's go.
It's so indie-rific. Like, it's almost as bad as Vince Russo stripping everyone of the titles and doing tournaments to crown new champions.
We're starting over. Forget everything you've seen.
Tim, you throw around that word bad pretty loosely when talking about that era.
No, it means so much to me. That era means the world to me. But now in my late to mid 30s, it's not good.
Dude, come on.
It's fun.
Your late mid 30s.
Late mid 30s.
Yeah.
It's fun. Good and fun are separate things.
But we wouldn't have gotten FUNB out of because of that.
I know. I need to see Doug in that Chachi.
I'm going to text Doug right now. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm going to text him the picture of Hogan with the FUNB, and let's see if he responds to me by the end of this show.
All right, here we go. But so we're drafting wrestling event names. And Brett, since you are the guest of our show, I will allow you to choose the draft order.
Oh, dude, that's a lot of pressure. You can't do this to me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on a wheel. I love a wheel.
I love a good wheel.
Ooh.
All right, here we go. Custom wheel.
Yeah, baby.
All right, I'm going to put it on my phone. Wheeldecide.com.
While you talk about wheels.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. I'd love for you to be a sponsor. But I actually use the wheel picker. Playing Madden by itself is kind of boring to me. So what I'll do is for my franchise mode, I will, on a wheel picker, place every position on the football team. So like 3 quarterbacks, 4 receivers, or not 4 receivers, 6 receivers, 4 running backs, a fullback, and then do a fantasy draft and spin the wheel. And whatever position it lands on, you have to draft that position for that pick.
All right.
And then you got to roll with it. Do you know how many times I've been screwed with a first-round punter?
Well, I mean, listen, I know that you've had personal success of a 6th-round kicker before, so that works out.
Sorry for Justin Tucker right now. He's going through it.
Dude, he's ass right now.
I picked the
what happens
best
when you try
year.
to roll Patrick Mahomes' ankle?
I picked the best year to get off the Tucker train.
He got Tay voodooed now. That's the problem.
Yes, he did.
All right, so I'm gonna spin this wheel. Just whoever lands first, that gets first pick, and so on and so forth. So let's see if this has sound or not. Little quickie. All right, so first pick, Marcus.
All right,
and then somebody's honking outside of my house right now.
Sounds of Freedom.
Oh, great. I refreshed this at Era database. All right, let me spin this now for a second pick. All right, because I am a gracious guest. So, Tim, you get the second pick.
Nice.
Then I'll take the third pick. I'll round it out. I like it.
You guys get the back-to-back picks, which I kind of wish I had. But, hey, man, the wheel is just. The wheel is fair.
Damn right. I believe in a wheel.
I do believe in the wheel. Speaking of which, thoughts on Wheel of Fortune?
I love it.
I love Wheel of Fortune. It's
I don't like Pat Sajak, but
well, yeah.
We don't have to worry about him now because it's Ryan Seacrest.
And we know how I feel about Ryan Seacrest.
No, we don't. How about you remind us, Tim?
Oh, I hate the guy.
Yeah,
he's
is it like the worst. Is like Dwicky's hate for Ken Jennings?
It's okay. Ryan Seacrest is the non-wrestling Larry Zbyszko to me.
Okay.
It's that level. Game of human chess.
New World Odor.
So great. Oh man, I do love the Larry L. And just like the cheap Poppy tried to give himself a commentary all the time.
All the time, man.
All day tiempo. But
Zybisco.
Zybisco, that's right. You made a whole career off of being the guy opposite Bruno Sammartino. Congratulations.
Remember when I beat Bruno's
yard. But Marcus, we're belaboring the point, and you absolutely hate this because anytime there's a podcast we do where there is a objective, like a draft, Marcus is business, and he hates it when I just go on wax eloquently. But Marcus, you have the first pick in the wrestling event names draft. Go ahead.
Hold on. Is the pick in?
The pick is about to be in, and
all right. Sorry,
with
I really wanted to do that.
First overall selection in the first round, I will be picking the SummerSlam.
There it is.
Yep, I knew that was coming. All right.
Some might call it a little bit of an overreach, but I know it's not going to be here by the time I get to pick again. I can live with missing on the other one overalls on the board. It came down to personal favorite. I got to have SummerSlam.
I appreciate that. What about the name SummerSlam do you like?
It tells you everything you need to know about the event. It's a celebration of summer, the hottest time of the year, the best time of the year for some. And the slam, it's wrestling. You know, I just feel like you hear SummerSlam, you know, oh, that's got to be wrestling. I really appreciate that, but it doesn't have wrestling in the title, which I also really appreciate. We should put two together. But it's mostly a celebration of my two favorite things, wrestling and summertime.
It also probably doesn't hurt that it is an event that usually falls on your birthday month. So there's even extra affinity. But now SummerSlam's moving into July.
Ugh.
As long as it stays in the last week of July, I can tolerate it. You know, I always like SummerSlam being in August because August is the only month without an official holiday. So to me, it was always SummerSlam.
I agree with that. That's very good.
Yeah, and August not having a holiday is criminal. Absolutely criminal.
Yeah. But August is a great month.
It is a great month. You have the last big bash at any of like your local pools. It's good grilling time.
Yeah.
You know,
everybody's looking right.
Everything's looking right. So big salutes from all three of us. But yeah, man, SummerSlam is definitely on the board. Or it's off the board now. I'll be honest, when I was putting together my draft board, or I don't have like my board in order, but I was just writing down names. The first name I thought of to put down on the list is the SummerSlam.
Look at that.
It
was definitely on my list too.
Yep. But I am up with my first overall pick. And with that pick, I'm going to go in a very similar vein as Marcus. When you talk about summertime events, the naming convention gets no better than the Great American Bash.
That's right, baby.
That's right, baby. We're going to go on tour with the Great American Bash, baby. I loved the logo, like all the logos. This is back when America, I had a better taste for American iconography during this time. Something to be proud of in Turner South wrestling.
It was always like a real fun logo. I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Like the tattered flag kind of print. Like
Yeah,
the
dude.
sketch. Yeah.
Bash 89, brother. Oh, that's a comfort show for me.
Yeah. It
Hell
is. All the Great American Bashes are, if I'm honest. Like, but
Bash
the
90, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What? That's a hell good pick, Tim.
Bash 96.
Yeah, dude.
Brett, real quick on Bash 89. Do you like have the same fascination with the show? Because to me, it's like this is what the world was like right before I was born.
Dude,
That's
that's part of
the
it.
thing.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Like I tried to go back and watch like every 1989 show to see what it's like. And yeah, that's the one that like, oh, this happened right before I became a thing. And I just
Yeah.
missed it.
Yeah, I'm
Son of
pulling
a
it up.
bitch.
I'm pulling up the card because I'm not super familiar with everything on it, or as a reminder. Oh yeah, Sting Muda,
Yeah, brother.
Luger Steamboat, War Games, and then
War
Flair
Games.
Funk. Yeah, man, this is it.
Yeah. It's an all-time wrestling show.
Heck yeah. And of course, the Skyscrapers pulling double duty. This is amazing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, everybody go watch Bash 89. It's awesome.
I got some homework to do. I got a nice little car ride coming up in the next couple days. I'll be able to sit in the back seat and put some headphones in and watch
There we
Bash
go.
89. That'll be nice.
That's what I like to hear.
But Brett, you are up with your first and your second picks.
Okay, so by the way, for the record, 2 minutes ago, Doug texted me saying the NB stands for New Blood. You figure out the rest. Love it. We were also talking about Planet Stasiak earlier today, too.
Man,
so
what a great
that-
time.
that made me real happy.
That theme.
Oh, dude, it was unbelievable. All right, so my first pick. Listen, if there's two things about me in this world that are true, it's that I'm a spooky boy, and I am a WCW kid through and through. So I am going with Halloween Havoc as my number one.
Yep.
I have such like fond memories of it. I remember I had like a VHS compilation when I was a kid, like Best of Halloween Havoc. And I remember some of the matches on there. It was the chamber. What the hell is the chamber where Abby got fried?
Chamber
at
of
the end?
Horrors.
Chamber of Horrors.
Chamber of Horrors. They had the Mood and Funk versus Flair Sting tag match in the cage from Havoc 89.
Misting out the
Sid-
fire.
Yeah, dude. Sid versus Sting, where they tried to do the double cross and have Barry Windham dress as Sting, and Sid gets the pin. Then Sting comes back out and pins Sid Vicious. Oh, it's insane. But yeah, I always love the aesthetic of Halloween Havoc. Even like the old, like one of the old school ones. I don't know if it was 90 had like the orange and black ropes, which I thought was like so unique.
Yeah.
Obviously like Havoc 97 come out with and like I think 98 had as well with like the big giant inflated pumpkin with like the skull and the wings
ghoul,
and
the
stuff.
ghoul in the back, like
Dude, it
grabbing
was
the.
so cool. Like
Yeah, man.
yeah, so I was always a fan of Halloween Havoc. That's definitely my number one.
The logo too, just like the
it's
curved, like the fangs.
yeah.
Look.
Even like the Havoc 89 logo, like it's not even that newer logo yet. It's
Yeah.
like a scratch logo kind
Yeah.
of. I just thought it looked so cool. And all right, so that's I wanted to try to like limit it to like one like per promotion, but I don't know. We'll see as this goes on where I'm going to fall for that.
You gotta take your best availables where you can.
Yeah, you're not wrong. My number two, and it's not necessarily like a new event, but it is in the grand scheme of things still not that old. I am gonna go with Wrestle Kingdom
Okay.
for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I always get excited because it's the turn of a new year. New things are on the horizon. January 4th. We're in the Tokyo Dome. You know, like it's just like the name Wrestle Kingdom just feels big. Like, you know, it just feels like, oh man, some epic stuff's about to go down here. And for the most part, epic stuff goes down on Wrestle Kingdom. And it just, you know, it really like kind of helped rekindle my love of Japanese wrestling as well. You know, Okada Omega at that Wrestle Kingdom in like, what was it, 2016? Man, it's just like, it blew my mind, you know, and it still blows my mind when I see it. And it's just like, I don't know, I get excited. It makes me excited when Wrestle Kingdom's coming up. Like, it's just, it like, all right, cool, man. I love wrestling, and let's get after this thing. So yes, that'll be my number 2 pick, Wrestle Kingdom.
Nice. Marcus, his first Wrestle Kingdom show of all time is solely on the back of one man.
Wee woo, wee woo. I respect it. I love it.
It sold me. And that was like New Japan at, well, probably their peak, right, Brett? I mean, you would know better than me.
Yeah, they were really like ramping up for that like couple year run. That was included in it.
That was Okada
Okay, yeah.
Tanahashi main event.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, which is fine. But I was there for Jeff Jarrett.
That's right. You were there for Double J and the BC.
Best member of the Bullet Club.
That's right. Chase Owens, who?
Oh.
I know. I'm also piling on the Chase Owens hate train.
Ugh.
I was hoping he was actually going to be retired like they thought he was going to be.
Yeah,
What was 2 months ago? We were. I was listening to you guys on We Need Wrestling talking about how Chase Owens hasn't had a match in I don't know how long, and now somebody took a deep breath and blew the dust off of him and teamed him up with Nothing Happening Kenta in the tag league.
Like,
It's the Double J jinx. Where Double J's had more matches than 80% of the roster. The Double J goes away. It's the reverse of that.
There needs to start being an understanding amongst wrestling fans where it's like, oh, this bad thing isn't happening. Let's just let it go. Like, don't even talk about it. Just let it go.
I don't believe in.
Away.
I don't believe in jinxes, so I'm going to say this with my full chest. I'm glad Yujiro's nowhere to be found.
Tim, why do you got to do this to me?
No go Yujiro 20 forever.
Just awful. Ugh. So bad.
Tokyo what? Garbage. I'm up with my second pick, and I got to dip into the world of Vince's cartoon wrestling. And I'm going to go with not one of the original 4, but I'm going to go with like the 6th. Most of the time it's In Your Face. I'm going with In Your House.
Now,
Heck yes.
Is there a specific one, or you're just going In Your House?
I'm taking In Your House.
In your face.
In your house and in your face. Like,
Well, Todd. Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
yes. Like, there's so, like, the event, like, it was short. The events were shorter.
Yeah.
They were full of Doc Hendricks. They had the really sweet, like, staging area where you're coming through, like, the garage door.
That was cool.
Even like the NXT run back of In Your House was still fun. Like they kept a little true to itself, but In Your House is such a great name for a pay-per-view. Like, where is the pay-per-view being held? In your house.
In your house.
Your face.
That's right. So,
oh man,
In Your House at
Tim,
2.
real quick.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite In Your House like sub name?
I'm always going to go with Good Friends, Better Enemies.
Okay. Marcus, how about you?
Canadian Stampede.
I mean, why did I even ask? Come on, Brett. Be better. Be better. I should, like, come on.
See, I'm going by name. I'm going by name.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great name.
I
It
think
is a
Canadian
great
Stampede's a sick name.
Yeah. Plus, it's a celebration of the Hart family. So,
Cold Day in Hell's cool.
Cold Day in Hell's pretty badass. I'm gonna go with one, and I think it's a little underrated just because it's associated majorly with something else. But In Your House Final Four.
Yeah.
Like I always thought like that's a cool name. And then of course the match is just insane, which I just had Doug watch that for like the first time ever, like a few weeks ago. He was like, dude, you're right. Vader is a killing machine.
Is that Vader's so like last great gift?
On US wrestling, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It has to be. Except for I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that Royal Rumble match a couple years later, maybe like a year later, him versus Goldust.
Oh, dude,
with Luna.
When he gives Goldust the Vader bomb and Luna's hanging on his back. It's so cool, man.
It is so cool.
Let's go.
Have you ever seen somebody be used as a live bouncy castle? Because that is exactly what happens.
She bounces so high off of
it. But she has a death grip around Leon's neck. She's like, all right, big man, let's go.
It's so cool. Let's go.
Oh, heck yeah. Marcus, you're up with your second and third picks.
Oh, man. Let me write down your selection. All right. Man. All right. I'm gonna take from WCW as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with Super Brawl.
Super Brawl.
Hell yeah.
Wrestling has tried to, I think, find their equivalent of the Super Bowl in many different iterations, utilizing Super and whatever it is. Or, I think Super Brawl has kind of come the closest, and I think the story is like that was always kind of Dusty's idea. Was like, let's find WCW's next, version of the Super Bowl. And I feel like Super Brawl, just being in February, I think in later state, like I remember Super Brawl always had like some decent big matches. We were talking about Hogan Vader for, I believe, the first time.
Yep.
The Sting Luger match, where Luger's like 320 pounds and yoked out of his mind. Flair and the Japanese contingent. What's his name? Not Tenryu. Who am I thinking of? Brett.
Chono?
For Super Brawl. No, not Chono. Fujinami.
Oh yeah, Tatsumi Fujinami. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Yeah, thank you. Like that
what
was
we had to work with match. Was Japanese, and Marcus did a chop.
He did a chop.
Like that narrows it down. Roderick Strong.
No. You got the Sting Hogan rematch.
Yeah,
which like
just watched that Backlash the other night on going to bed.
But I felt they always did a good job of building up Super Brawl as like a really big deal. And then also Super Brawl 8 from the Cow Palace. That is one of my favorite WCW shows ever. I can put that show on anytime.
I want to do a quick deep dive into the renaissance of Rick Martel in WCW.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, him and Booker T be having matches that's so good for no reason.
Like, weren't they feuding over like the TV title?
The TV title. Yeah. It opens Super Brawl 8.
Yep. Oh man, dude, Martel's WCW run is so weird.
Yeah, it is.
He blows his leg out. Ugh.
He blows his leg out. He actually hurts himself in that match with Booker.
Yeah. He's
gone for a bit, and then he comes back and he ends his career against Stevie Ray.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theory. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Tim.
Hey, I'm just saying, suckers gots to know.
It's all like neck bone.
Rick Martel, we coming for you.
Whoa.
Ooh, calm it down. Calm it down. Uh-oh.
Oh.
But Marcus, you got Super Brawl. You got another pick coming back around.
Oh yeah. All right. Oh man. So I have events broken down into tier 1 and event names in tier 2, and there's still a lot in tier 1 that I like.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm looking over here at tier 2, and I feel like they'll be there later. So let me focus on tier 1 still. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna corner the market on summertime pay-per-views and give me Bash at the Beach.
Okay.
Awesome.
And you think Bash at the Beach is a more solid choice than the other beach option?
It was tough to pick between the two. It really was. I like the other WCW iteration as well. So I think I probably just came down to Bash at the Beach because that was the one that was actually at the beach in '95, which I think they should have done a lot more.
I agree.
If not for Road Wild, they probably would have. At least that's my headcanon.
Don't say picks.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, man, another summertime event. This one was always July.
Yeah, even
it
like
was always
mid-June.
Yeah, it was a good, like, okay, we're in summer, and I felt like SummerSlam is always like the culmination of the summer. So to me, Bash at the Beach was always like the look, stay up, pay-per-view, watch the tape the next day, which was how I got to watch pay-per-views. I had a neighbor that recorded everything. So, stay up late, watch Raw, watch the pay-per-view.
There is a great Marcus story in history about recorded events.
I mean, I have to hear it now.
I stand by what I did.
So, go ahead. This is a great story. This is an all-timer.
So, back in the day,
long time ago,
didn't have DVR, didn't have none of that.
Of course.
So had to record wrestling when it came on, and I always recorded like every SmackDown. Like I recorded SmackDown, I watched it back that night. I'd watch it when I came home Friday from school. I'd watch it again on the weekends. Like every episode of SmackDown, I would watch 3, 4, 5 times before the next episode. Wear it out. Repeat the process the next Thursday. Something had happened to like my SmackDown tape, like worn out, whatever. So I needed another tape, and it was last minute, and I didn't just have the monies on me to go down to the dollar store and pick up some more tapes. Desperate times called for desperate measures. So I grabbed a tape from the family collection and I recorded over it.
Oh boy.
And when my mother was feeling nostalgic one day and wanted to rewatch her firstborn girl's baby shower, she was greeted with the latest edition of Thursday Night SmackDown.
Oh, that is the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, man. It's so great.
Oh, man. That's so cool.
Moral of the story, parents, is don't skimp on your child's dreams.
That's right.
Have those blank tapes ready.
The way I saw it,
oh, that's amazing.
One, I need to record SmackDown.
Yeah, you got to do you.
2, no tapes of my baby shower anywhere. So
Fact.
I'm alive. I'm good. She's here. What do you need to remember the baby shower for?
You want to watch the
Oh,
baby
that's
shower? Get your baby,
incredible.
throw her in the shower.
And she had another one. And she had another one after that. So I'm like, what do you? You got 3
Yeah.
kids.
Where my daddy went?
Where my daddy went?
Sorry, I taped over your baby shower.
What makes me so sad is that we are like the last generation that is nostalgic over VHS tapes
Yeah. Yep. Yes, we are.
and CDs too. Like it is, the world will never understand the power of a 6-hour VHS tape that is covered front to back with Super Brawl and WrestleMania from the same year,
Yeah.
because you could fit them both on a tape, and nobody will remember the power of a 15-song mixtape.
Dude, for real.
Dog, man,
burning it onto a Memorex CD.
heck
oh.
yes. Like you gotta
awesome.
you curate it perfectly, so it's like,
Yep.
depending on who you're making it for, like, is this the party mix? Is this I'm gonna pick up a girl and like I need her to know who I am, and so I will pick the 15 songs that are perfectly me. Oh,
Amen. Like you had to have like the flow on the CD had to be perfect. Oh, I'm with you.
yeah, man.
I,
The world will never know.
I got a older babe at Tim. I don't even know if you know this. My high school days, got an older babe to like me, fall for me pretty hard because I burned a CD of Diary of Jane by Breaking Benjamin.
Oh my god.
And I just kept burning it. I burned it like 10 times in a row and gave it to
No, God.
Sure
did. Statute of limitations is up. They're not going to listen. Who is this? His first name.
It was Megan.
Oh, good first name.
Know.
Solid first name.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Wow.
School
Benjamin.
secretary's daughter.
Something's getting in the
Dude,
way.
that's Wilkes-Barre hometown heroes right here.
Oh, sweet.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I forgot.
Yeah,
The
I remember.
more you know.
I remember they played my high school before the first record came out.
Sick.
Yeah, and they did like it was like half originals, and then they're like, "Hey, we're gonna like do some Tool songs and Deftones songs," and yeah, oh yeah, I
That's how
remember
you do it.
those days. I remember the midnight release for their first record. Was it Saturate? It was at a local place called Gallery of Sound, and it was like a happening in this area. It was huge. Breaking
That's
Ben.
awesome.
Wow, what a throwback.
I don't wish for the zombie apocalypse to be real. Maybe this is just me because I've watched a bunch of Walking Dead lately. But the thought of having like another collapse of humanity to make us go back to older stuff. Like if there's a way we could push technology back to where VHS tapes and CDs were more prominent, but we keep everything else, I'd be here for that.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
I
Yeah.
won't be mad at it.
It just, there's more artistic expression other than,
I
hey,
w-
what's your Spotify playlist? It's 7,000 songs.
It's true.
You're going to skip all of them.
I will say, and it does kind of fall into the topic of the show that we're doing, like going to Blockbuster and
Yes.
like, or sorry for the local people listening to this, going to Movie Gallery or Premiere Video.
Hollywood Video for the 757
yeah.
kids.
Hollywood.
Let's go.
Like going to the wrestling section and picking shows based on the cover art.
Oh my
Like,
gosh. Yes.
WrestleMania
Yeah,
3.
Yeah, I know. I remember one of the earlier ones for me was a Rumble show, and that was just like, oh, it changed my life, you know?
Yeah, man. Because they had the covers with like the brick wall.
Yeah, dude, it was
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Rumble 91, 92.
Did you guys ever, like, for renting tapes and stuff like that, did you guys ever have, like, tape rental or video game rentals in, like, a convenience store? Or not a convenience store, but, like, in a pharmacy? Or, like, a grocery store?
Yep.
We had a grocery store.
We had a place called Farmore.
Oh, yeah, we had Farmore.
And, like, they had a video game rental place right there.
Yep.
Dog, that's where I bought. Like, I rented, like, Comic Zone. I wore that out. NBA Jam, I wore that out.
Hell yeah.
What was it? Road Rage? That was a great Sega Genesis game. I'm old, man. All those the EA games that weren't EA Sports. So good, so good.
All Electronic Arts.
Yeah, man. Tiburon Studios and the likes.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, but we are back to me. And I'm going to dip outside of the norm so far. I got to get this. I am going with a name of an event that's been thrown around a lot recently on modern television. But I am taking November to Remember.
All right, Tim, this is the first time I'm going to curse your name. That was my next pick. Damn it.
It rhymed. It was sick. Like, it means so much to me that when AEW was using it to talk about their November tour, I'm like, this is how you use nostalgia. Make my brain tingle. Like, maybe it is going to be a November to Remember. So great. Love it. Everything about it. And then, of course, November Rain and all the likeness. But we're taking just the name November to Remember premier fall pay-per-view title.
Yeah, dude. It's just such a cool name. And yeah, I mean, adding November Rain adds so much to it. It's crazy how much it adds.
Yeah.
Well, since you hurt my feelings on that one,
son of a bee.
Son of a bee. I am gonna go. I'm actually. All right. I'll pick my second ECW show. And there was only 3 of them, and it was a later stage ECW. But I always loved the name Guilty as Charged.
I was debating between the 2 of those, and I went with November to Remember, but Guilty as Charged was my 1A.
Like, it's such a cool, I don't know why, it just seems like such a cool name. And also it was the last ECW pay-per-view as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Guilty as Charged. I'm definitely gonna go with that. There's like a ton of like ECW one-offs. That were like equally as cool, which maybe I'll pick one of those like later.
Yeah.
Or no, do I have 2 picks right now?
You can go back to back.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna go Guilty as Charged. So that'll be my
third pick,
right?
That's right.
Okay.
I think what makes Guilty as Charged so fun is Joey Styles cutting the opening show promo, and like at the end is like, ECW is guilty as charged, like just doing his Joey Styles stuff.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna maybe I'll come back to ECW for my 5th pick if it doesn't get picked. I am gonna go to an era of a promotion that like I hold near and dear to my heart still. And I'm grabbing something on because it just happens to be by my work desk right now.
Oh baby. We got props.
We do have props. So the first one happened July 19th, 2003 in the wonderful town of Elizabeth, New Jersey. And it is Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor.
I have that.
So that is my first one for Ring of Honor. That's my 4th round pick overall. this was the punk, and it's not just this year because I also have Death Before Dishonor 3 sitting over here too. But it had Punk Raven dog collar match, which
yes, sir,
features the wife of a Godfather of the Soon to Be Named network with a very disparaging sign towards Phil.
Oh, great.
Drug free, talent free. Yeah. I believe it was the dog collar match.
I don't know, but for some reason I have this urge to go buy some shoes.
Yeah. Still like one of my Yep. I mean, what got him? I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure it was the dog collar match where she has that sign. If I'm wrong, I will be gladly corrected. But you know,
errors and omissions found in the Discord, the TNM Shows channel.
Perfect. Yeah, I just love that era of Ring of Honor, and like I remember going on the old message boards because I was still in high school.
Oh, God.
And like just seeing like the name announcements for shows, and I'm like, oh, Death Before Dishonor, like that's a really cool name. Also, as that happened to be the name of a hardcore band I like too, so that I just like put the two together.
There it is.
And yeah, like I always loved the Death Before Dishonor events. I always thought they were pretty dope. I think like the main event of that one was Samoa Joe Paul London for the ROH title.
Because that was right before Paul London left to go to WWE, right?
It was, yeah. So yeah, all the love in the world to that era of Ring of Honor. And out of those shows, it will be Death Before Dishonor.
Oh man, that's so good. That is so good. I had the first, I think, 3 years of Ring of Honor DVDs.
Yeah.
02, 03, 04. And then I also was like dipping into 05, 06. I miss Ring of Honor Wrestling.com with like the buy 2 get 3 DVD sales.
I have the first show, The Era of Honor Begins, on DVD still. And it is the version where the Christopher Street connection is not cut out of it.
I have that one too.
And the commentary is not cut out of it.
Nope.
You know, so I like to hold on to that relic.
I do too. I understand that Ring of Honor commentary is very problematic, but I will never. My favorite line from all of Ring of Honor commentary, and Marcus, you know where I'm going with this. CM Punk is calling a BJ Whitmer match, and the phrase is, yeah, he died for your sins, Hillbilly Jesus.
Yep, Hillbilly Jesus. Yep.
And like I will never,
dude.
that is a part of my Roman Empire in my head. Yeah, he died for your sins, Hillbilly Jesus. Just flippant, didn't care. Jun Akiyama ripoff with long hair. BJ Whitmer.
Yeah. Dude, like that's so funny because like when Dude and I were becoming friends, like it was always BJ Akiyama. And then like when Doug and I would talk to him, he'd be like, "Oh, you mean Billy Jack Whitmer, the Hillbilly Jesus?"
Billy Jack Whitmer. That's so good. I'm gonna bust that out on Doug when I see him again.
Yeah, Billy Jack Whitmer, the Hillbilly.
Awesome.
Hey Doug, do a lean 2 minutes on Billy Jack Whitmer for me.
He'll say, "Oh, you mean the Hillbilly Jesus?"
Yeah. He died for my sins. Got him. Oh man. But you mentioned the ROH message board. Brett, how often would you go back to the super thread of all the entrance themes?
All the time, dude.
Dog,
all the time.
Every time they would update it, I would roll the dice and wish to put AIDS on my computer by booting up LimeWire and downloading the next song.
Dude, same. I used to do the same thing on my compact Presario desktop PC.
I had a Dell, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Kids don't know the problems of having DSL internet and try. waking up early before school, booting up your computer.
Yep, setting up your queue.
Set up your queue, go to school, and by the time you come back, all your ish is downloaded, and you hope to God that none of them are actually Soulja Boy songs renamed to something else. That's your hope, man. You just can't do it.
Dude, I remember I used to get so mad. Somebody would be like, oh, dude, new Metallica song. And it's just like somebody's like crappy local band that they say, like no. Like, why did you do that to me?
God, I wanted to hear I Disappear from the Mission Impossible soundtrack, but instead it just sounds like somebody's farting into the microphone.
Here I go now.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
I'm gone.
Yeah. I'm going to take my fourth pick, and I'm going to... I have a Ring of Honor pick. I have a TNA wrestling pick.
Cross the line.
I have an AEW pick. I have an NXT pick, and I have an indie pick, and I only have 2 picks left. I'm very I'm very torn.
A lot of meat left on the bone.
There's so much meat on the bone, and that's why I'm glad we're doing 5 rounds, because it leaves the listeners the opportunity. Whoop, there's that word again. To pick the scraps and actually make. Maybe we're not taking somebody's favorite event, but I am going to go with TNA Wrestling. Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory. Such a great name for an event. It's along the lines of other shows we've said, with like Super Brawl, with SummerSlam. It's a wrestling event that doesn't say wrestling. Bound for Glory could be literally anything, and you're excited about it because it's the culmination of something. Like, you are bound for it's beyond belief. Bound for Glory.
Yes. When I was looking at TNA names today, that was going to be like, that was my number one for TNA. It was definitely Bound for Glory.
Oh yeah,
such a good name. It's such a good, like, it's like a good mission statement coming from them. Even though I know, like, in later years, Hard to Kill became the mission statement.
Dog, Hard to Kill's on my list.
Oh,
it's not going to be taken, but Hard to Kill is like a modern sneaky good event name.
Yeah.
Isn't that where the Iconics won the belts too?
I think so.
Great, great.
But that's
shout out Iconics.
Yeah, man.
Inspiration.
I'm still following Jesse McKay.
Me too.
Yeah.
Same.
Boy, we as an Iconic collective really decided we were going to shift our gears. Like, Peyton Royce was our door into gateway. But then we got when we got into the club, we then saw Jesse McKay. We saw Billy Kay. And we did a journalism, and we went over there. You gotta be joking me, mate. Hi, Kyla.
You got a journalism for that?
Here's my headshot.
My favorite is when Kathy Kelly's like interviewing people after they got eliminated from the Royal Rumble, and the Iconics are coming up, and it's like, how you feeling? And Peyton Royce says, how do you think I'm feeling? We just got eliminated, Kathy.
It's so good.
Oh, it is so good.
Dude, that era of like WWE backstage promos that were exclusive for WWE.com were the best. Like, there's that one. There's the one New Day one where they're with Edith, aka Brandy Rhodes, and they go off.
Eden Styles?
Eden. That was okay. Eden. And they go
leave it
off.
To me. Hold on, let me show my neck tattoo really quick.
Yeah, Dude, they just grab the microphone and they're walking through the backstage just going off about random stuff. I remember Biggie getting real close to the camera just singing. He's like, I could be your uncle, but I could also be your daddy.
One leg family tree.
It's just insane. Like
That comes right from Up, Up, Down, Down stuff. Like he's like,
Yeah.
I'm your uncle and your daddy.
I miss
Daddy
that
don't want to
era.
lose.
He's gotta keep it. Ooh, I see you putting the work in. You out there keeping it tight. You're doing the exercises. My favorite
it's so
my
good.
favorite Biggie WWE.com thing is during the pandemic when he beats, he's in a feud with Sami Zayn and he's got like the hard hat on. And he's like, I put work on that boy's behind. I'm building condominiums on his behind. And he is so into it. It's like,
man.
I got caution tape surrounding his behind. I'm
I
doing
miss
public
Big E.
works.
Oh, man, I love Big E. Oh, he was so awesome.
Come back, please. I know you're happy. I know you're healthy, but come back for me. Just for me.
Love that man. Love him.
Big Etor. I love him.
Give him the belt and let him beat everybody.
That's right.
Yes.
Just beat everybody.
Yes.
But Marcus,
He should come back and just not bump. He'll be
right.
good.
That's
And
all
no
you gotta
bumps. No bumps.
do. Be the glue that brings the New Day back together.
I agree.
I don't like
it.
Kofi and Xavier fighting. Don't like it.
Don't like it. Nope, me neither.
Nope.
Don't like it.
And I'm seeing all these people saying, oh, maybe Kofi Kingston's actually the bad guy. He was on Raw and he was wearing a Majin Buu necklace. Oh, but like he's a DBZ fan. Shut up.
Kofi Johnston Kingston is not a bad guy, okay?
No.
Kobe.
You don't got a bad bone in that body.
No.
Kobe Kingston.
Kobe Johnson Kingston. Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston.
Marcus,
All right.
you are up with your third and your final pick.
Yeah, time to wrap this bad boy up. So fourth round, I'm gonna go with an event that still gets me pumped to this day.
To this day.
To this day, WWE is about to run one next month, and I will be tuning in and watching because whenever this is on, I am a sucker, and I know it will never be the same as from a time period before I was even born. I talked about it with Joe last week. It's one of the shows that is like one of my, like, I can recall watching this entire event, one of those moments. Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
The one they talked about on At Odds from Fox in November 1992, where Shawn wins Intercontinental title, Brett takes on Papa Shango, the Ultimate Maniacs wrestle. Like, I remember that whole show. So yeah, Saturday night's main event, just, you know, even from its dying days, always had a grasp on me. When they brought it back in the mid 2000s, I was in. I was hooked. I watched
Evander
all of them.
Holyfield versus Matt Hardy.
Yeah, watched it.
Doesn't matter.
the JBL and Steve Austin drinking contest.
Yes.
Hooked.
HBK versus Shane McMahon.
That was actually really good.
Very fun street fight.
Didn't-
Yeah.
Didn't,
Sneaky good.
Didn't young Randall RKO Bad Terry on a car? Had a
He sure did.
On the back of the trunk.
And they told Britt
Yep.
Teeny to call him.
That's right. Nasty Nick, dude.
Nasty Nick. That was the nickname.
Nasty
Hogan's
Nick.
kid. Nasty Nick. Ugh.
When you were talking about him, I'm like,
Oh, I
yeah,
forgot
DUI,
about
nasty,
that. Yeah.
nasty Nick, dude.
Nasty Nick. Oh, man.
That's right. Bad Terry forever.
Oh.
Ugh. Senator Bad Terry forever.
Oh, my God.
Oh my god! If he, I don't want to. That's a different show. Listen to Profane Argument.
Wake me up when this is over. Ugh.
Can I get
4 years later.
Can I get cryogenically frozen and just thawed in 28?
For real.
Yeah, that'd be
Ugh,
great.
no,
But freeze all my assets too. I don't want to depreciate anything. I just want to leave everything the way. I'll pick it up in 4 years. I promise. I will.
yeah.
But Marcus, your last pick.
I'm gonna go fun.
Yeah, Beyond belief.
Last pick. No, wait, I'm gonna take the Wrestling Classic.
There it is.
Ooh, all right.
The one-time pay-per-view closed circuit event from 1986, I believe, with WWF. It's fun. I still like to throw it on and watch it. Giving away a car, that's cool.
Yeah.
They do a big tournament, and it was cool because you got to see like actual name guys face name guys. You could see like bad guys face bad guys and good guys versus good guys, and of course like the actual tournament ended up not being great. But I think as a name, it's cool. It's fun. I think they had the idea already for like, okay, what if we did like King of the Ring on pay-per-view? Like, it's along those lines. So yeah, I like Wrestling Classic. I think it's a classy event by title.
Yes.
And yeah, you can always do a yearly match with it, whether it is the tournament. You can always reimagine it. But yeah, Wrestling Classic is my 5th and final pick.
That's a solid rundown.
Good pick. Good pick.
My last pick, I kind of inadvertently did what Brett was talking about. I've got a WCW, I've got a WWE, I've got an ECW, I've got a TNA. Now I'm dipping into NXT. And I am taking Stand and Deliver.
Okay.
That's a great name. That's a solid name. Like, it is an ultimate kind of stand your ground. Like, it's the culminate. It's their WrestleMania, which surprisingly hasn't been taken yet. And I don't think it will. But you're locked in. It is ultimate. It's along the lines of Super Brawl, like we said before. You say the name, you're excited. It's culmination. Perfect timing. Blow off some feuds. This is not where you start some fun stuff. This is like EWR. You've got all your blood feuds built up to the max, and you blow them off at Stand and Deliver.
Look at that. All right, I like to Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver.
That's right.
All right, so this is my 5th pick,
and it's the final pick of the draft.
Oh,
Mr. Irrelevant right here.
A lot of pressure. I gotta leave it on a high note.
There's so many good picks left too.
There really is. There's so many. I didn't pick a WWE one, and I'm kind of like, why didn't I not pick one? But there's just more that I resonate more with me, I guess. So I'm going to go, because at the top of the show, I did say that one of the things that's true about me is I am a WCW kid. I am going to go with Fall Brawl. Even if you want to do like the specific 94 Fall Brawl War Games, the full title of it, with the tank logo.
Sick.
It looks so good. Just the aesthetic of that show, like the entrance ramp looked great. The 2 rings with the WCW like crosshair logos in the middle of them for the War Games. Fall Brawl was always cool. I was always a big fan of that. So yeah, Fall Brawl, and if we're getting specific, Fall Brawl War Games.
Yeah, man, that's really good. This is actually what you brought up with the logo is something I've meant to ask as my weekly question on on We Need Wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously, like, at least one half of the show has an eye for logos and aesthetically pleasing things.
What are you trying to say about me, huh? What am
I didn't say anything about you.
Pleasing?
I didn't say nothing about you. But
some kind of perfect. Huh?
Yeah, that's me, baby. But yeah, like talking about like good and bad logo design in wrestling. Okay. Oh man. I could listen to you guys do like a 15-minute dissertation on like good and bad logos.
I don't know if it'll be this week, so save it for maybe 2 weeks after when I'm back after vacation.
That's right.
But yeah, my last pick, I am going with Fall Brawl.
Solid picks all around. Let's give a recap. Marcus went first. He has the SummerSlam, Super Brawl, Bash at the Beach, Saturday night's main event, and the Wrestling Classic. I went second. I have the Great American Bash in your house. November
In
to
your
Remember in your face. Bound for Glory and Stand and Deliver. Brett has Halloween Havoc, Wrestle Kingdom, Guilty as Charged, Death Before Dishonor, and The Fall Brawl. So much left on the table.
There's a
And
ton.
we all took a show from our birthday month.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, Bound for Glory's October show.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually right. I'll take it. I will absolutely
Wrestling,
take it.
wrestling around your birthday just feels good.
It does feel
feels
good,
right.
man.
Yeah, I want to
It
celebrate
does.
me, and I want to celebrate wrestling.
And here's what makes me so sad is that, like, I share a birthday with Kenny Omega.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And how Kenny has not booked a super show for his birthday yet for AEW? Just do it, man.
He just
October
wants to book-
16th, great day.
He wants to book a video game tournament instead.
Let's go to
That's all.
C2E2 and do some stuff and make some stuff.
Mhm.
Fighter
You'll get
Fest.
Golden Boy on commentary and like it.
That's
Yeah.
right. As like a quick, fast, lightning sixth round doesn't count. Pick the worst name of a wrestling event you've ever heard. Like
Oh, God,
you're like,
ever?
how did this pass R&D? I will give mine right now.
Do it.
Great Balls of Fire.
So I can't ride with that because I have very fond memories of watching Brock Lesnar. and
The
Samoa
show was
Joe.
good. The show
Yeah.
was good. Because was that the 5-way or was that just him versus Joe?
That was just. I think it was just him and Joe.
Brock and Joe, and that was a really good Roman and Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
Might have
was.
been Last Man Standing.
It was Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Great Balls of Fire,
Fire.
horrible name. They should have named that show literally anything else, and it would be remembered as like a great show. But you just say
All right.
Great Balls of Fire and you just scoff. You're like,
I have my pick.
all right.
And I feel bad because it is WWE. I hated the bragging rights.
Oh yeah,
I hated
bragging rights
that.
is so bad.
Like this is what we're doing. We're doing bragging rights. No stakes here. Bragging rights.
Yeah.
It did not gel with me. A second close for me was Battleground.
Same.
Just because Doug would be like, what Doug when he's like, wait, it's called Battleground? He's like, oh, it's ground, we're gonna battle on it. That's real stupid. He was not a fan of Battleground, but yeah, mine is bragging rights. I always thought that was so dumb.
And they do like the 7-on-7 or whatever, but it's like 3 weeks before Survivor Series.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Save it for Survivor Series. Don't do it there.
It's kind of like invasion, and then doing 5-on-5 again at Survivor Series. Like there is a little bit of
it's
time in between,
convoluted.
but like big multi-person matches shouldn't be that close together.
No, just do it for
Split them
Survivor
up,
Series.
baby. What are you rushing for?
It's true. Marcus, how about you?
Yeah, Marcus.
Mine is also a WWE show. It comes from where they started to take the names of matches or attractions and make them the name of the show.
Here it is.
Mine is Elimination Chamber.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
I think it's really bad. I think No Way Out was a totally good
Yes.
name for a wrestling pay-per-view.
Great
Had a
name.
good history. And it was, okay, great. You know, that's the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. You have the stakes there with, either winning the title to go to WrestleMania or winning the number one contendership for the non-Rumble Challenger title. And then they just named it at Elimination Chamber. And it's still there, and it is weird. And then it can't be named that in Germany and some other countries. Too close, man.
Mhm. Yeah.
Didn't they
too
change the
close,
name of
man.
it back? Isn't it now? Is it still Elimination Chamber or
It's
is
still
it?
Elimination Chamber. But they
'Cause,
just
like-
add the city.
Yeah, because I remember it's like, because they also did like Roadblock and
Mhm.
Fastlane,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I understood that. Those are cutesy names.
I didn't hate them when they were just Saturday network like exclusives, not
Roadblock,
pay-per-views.
end of the line with
Yeah,
Triple
but when-
H versus Dean Ambrose for the WWE title leading into WrestleMania.
Well, I think end of the line was like an Owens and Reigns match. I think the
Was
first Roadblock was just a little, hey, here's a house show plus Triple H versus Ambrose.
Versus Ambrose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much meat still left on the bone. Let us know
I
what
do
you
have a
guys
question.
think. Go ahead. Shoot.
I got a question. Everybody's there's what would have been their 6th round pick,
Sure.
because there's a lot of meat left on the bone.
Yeah. I will go first, and I will take another show from another company that I haven't done. And I am going to take Forbidden Door.
Okay. A buzzword, if you will.
Yeah.
Turn into a ape.
There's a lot of, like, all of the companies have a similar type show where anything can happen,
Mm-hmm.
but Forbidden Door is like just enough tongue in cheek that it's not in your face with, like, it's not calling it uncensored or I don't want to say other names of events from other companies in case they get taken, but like Forbidden Door, perfect. You know what it means. It has a double meaning. But yeah, Forbidden Door is my 6th pick.
Dude, I remember as a kid being so let down by the uncensored pay-per-views. It's like
man.
the way they were marketed was so cool. It's like no holds barred, anything goes, no rules this night. And then you watch it and you go, oh, it's just a standard show. Like, it just being, I remember as a kid being like, oh man, I have to like sneak watch this, you know? Like, this is called uncensored. Like, oh, my grandmother, she'll kill me if she finds out I'm watching
Right?
this. And then I watch it and I go, oh, this is it? Okay.
It's just Hogan and Savage beating up the entire roster in 3 cages.
Yeah, that's, oh man, oh, come on. Why do you gotta do that to me? I hate it so bad.
Sullivan, my son.
Sullivan! A white striped Bengal tiger!
Can you hit me with a yes, father?
Yes, father! The man from the Serengeti! The Kamala! Dude, I can do that all day. So my 6th pick, it was going to be a WWF one, and I was going to go with No Mercy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Always thought that was like a fun,
dog.
yeah, and the video game, of course. But yeah, I always thought that was a fun name for a pay-per-view. Like,
Yeah, man.
like you know what you're getting tonight, and that's No Mercy.
That's right.
Yeah, I like No Mercy a lot. I always thought that was a real cool name.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus, what's your honorary 6?
I had that one in tier 2 as well. For me, my honorary 6 would have been Starcade.
Oh, yeah. That was close.
I had to grab it.
Yeah.
Dude, Starcade 83, Flair for the Gold. Oh,
There's
amazing.
You can always throw a tagline on Starcade. It also has enough elegance to stand on its own. You know what it is. So, yeah.
Do you miss like when pay-per-views had taglines? It feels like a very 80s, 90s thing.
It's like with all the movies all had taglines.
I mean, like
I remember
in WrestleMania 15, the Raging Climax. You know,
yeah, as a kid, I didn't like it. I did not like it as a kid. I was like, just let the event be the event. But now, like, I look back on like the In Your Houses with the names, and I'm like, yeah, nostalgic. Not it's nostalgic, but I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like oh yeah, this was cool and a good idea at the same time.
Oh, cool. In Your House, Rock Bottom. You know, like, dude,
Yeah.
I remember my dad taped that for me on pay-per-view, and like I remember just putting in the VHS and like seeing the entrance ramp, and it's just the two giant pictures of The Rock with the
So
belt. I'm like, this is so cool. Like, he's got his own pay-per-view now.
Got his own show, yeah.
And I
man.
think that was also I don't know if it was a bikini contest or something. But I remember Shawn Michaels to Deborah saying, stop that grinning and drop that linen. And I don't know why. It stuck with me for all these years for some reason.
Brett out here giving everybody his closing arguments.
I mean, hey.
Here you go.
Roll Tide on that, brother.
That's right, baby. But this has been fun. Let us know in social media, on the Discord, if you want more of these. I won't be hurt at all if you guys say you want more of these fun drafts. They're not always going to be wrestling related, but they can be. It's just fun, man. I've always enjoyed this. This is a loving homage to me for one of my favorite podcasts, All Fantasy Everything. So I've always wanted to do this, and this is exactly how I imagined it. I thank Marcus for humoring me for this. He knows this is my baby. He's not necessarily the biggest fan of these, but he does it for me.
Aww.
I like when they're good.
Well, that's my lot in life. I try my best, right? You know,
And that's a shoot.
You get past me waxing eloquently in between picks for filler, and you just bite your tongue and you let me stretch and vamp, because if not, this would be a 25-minute podcast, but instead we're going an hour and a half.
I'll let you cook.
That's right, baby. I'm cooking, baby. But Brett, give us some plugs. Remind everybody where they can find you if they don't already know.
Yeah, so again, thank you guys for throwing this by me. I love this, Tim. When you pitched it the other day, I was like, that's such a cool idea. Especially because like I don't have to, put a ton of thought into after I pick my picks.
That's right.
Yeah. So I am on We Need Wrestling at We Need Wrestling on I don't know, Twitter and Blue Sky and Friendster and Mastodon and
Black People Meet.
Farmers Meet, farmersonly.com. Everywhere, brother. Yeah, we drop like every Friday morning. It's just a little bit of everything. A lot of like just covering new stuff, old stuff, international stuff. Yeah, check it out. I love doing it, and it's so much fun. Check out everybody on the Soon to Be Named Network as well. At Odds with Wrestling, obviously you boys, Final Wrestling Place, Longbox Heroes After Dark. Everybody else, I don't know. I'm not good at plugging myself.
He's taking it all there. He's just taking all the steam of me having to do it. It's great.
Sorry, man. I try sometimes. I don't know. Don't follow me on social media. I don't use it that much right now anyway. So
oh man,
kind of stepping back a little bit, which is good for the mental health, which is nice.
I gotta tell you, Blue Sky is nice.
Blue Sky's pretty dope.
Blue Sky
I still need to like figure some things out on there, and but yeah, it's been nice like not using it as much. I don't know. Soon to be named network Discord. Just hit us up if you want to get in it. Okay?
That's right. Just let us know. We got the keys.
Give us the Iggy, and we'll see what can happen. And
right.
Always and forever, shout out to the homie Kincannon. Hope
That's
you're doing
right.
well, my brother.
Big Daddy DeWicki. Love him. Here's a good little teaser for the next draft show. He's the third chair.
I knew that had to be it. That's
of course.
Sick.
Brett,
yeah. What are you doing? Wrestling themes?
It's not. No.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you guys the topic of what we're doing.
All right.
We're doing movie titles as nicknames.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear that. Hell yeah. That's going to be sick.
That's going to be super fun. So,
hell yeah.
as Marcus rolls his eyes at me.
No, I'm like, I have a lot of homework to do.
Marcus, no lover of movies.
Yes, you know me.
So, my first pick is going to be The Dark Knight.
Marcus's second pick, Batman Returns.
Superman.
The Batman.
A Kid
Batman
in King
Forever.
Arthur's Court. Rookie of the Year.
Stealing off my material.
Beethoven.
Running out of picks. Running out of picks. Beethoven's
That's
sick.
awesome.
Yeah, just give somebody the nickname Beethoven.
Yo, what up, Beethoven?
What's up, Beethoven? But Marcus, do you have anything to plug?
No, I'm gonna plug Miss Tatum because I'm due for a haircut, and she runs her own business, Thallow Beauty. So go check that out if you're in the Wilkes-Barre area. But yeah, shout out Miss Tatum, Miss Wings on Wings for keeping up with everybody vocally, audio. But no other plugs for me.
Yeah, man. And Brett's already kind of run it down, but soon to be named network.tumblr.com. It's your home for this and so many other podcasts, including but not limited to wrestling offerings. As I sped through all of that, of At Odds to Wrestling with Joe and Adam, and We Need Wrestling with DJ and Brett. Check everything out for us on the Twitter at TNM Shows. Also TNM Shows on Blue Sky, at Final Wrestling Place on Instagram. Like and subscribe wherever we are. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, the whole nine. If you want to follow us on social media, you can. At Not the Toolman for me, at the Wrestling Speakeasy for Marcus. If you know, you know. Again, shout out to the Wiki, the third man, on all of our podcasts. You make us sound amazing and great and fantastic and fantastical. Prayers up, big homie. But everything else, we are so thankful that you just listen to us whenever you have a chance. Tell a friend and tell a friend to put this in your ear holes. Especially these episodes, man. These are super fun, low stakes, just boys chopping it up, being dudes. And I cannot wait to get back up to the compound and press flesh with all you lovable people up there.
Yes, needs to happen ASAP.
In the mighty 570.
I hate you so much. What? Come on. Why you got to do that to me? Why you got to play me out like that, Tim?
The
That's
mighty
it.
570. There we go.
The almighty 570.
There's only one almighty I know, and he has ideas.
Lashley.
Yo, what if we just beat each other up backstage?
Hey, what if you try to say that you're Hitler?
Yeah, what if you just grew a little tiny mustache under your nose?
Oh my god. I love that man. He's so great. I love
Big Bob.
Hitler, not Hitler, Lashley for the record.
I know what
Big Bob.
I know. Shoot. No, yeah, that's enough.
Yep.
That's enough. But all we'll say,
let's go home.
That's right. Right now, though, Marcus, all that's left is to tell the people goodbye.
Bye, boys.